kolejny odcinek Kingdoms z Deliverance. No, małe ogłoszenie na początek. Chciałem wam bardzo, bardzo podziękować. Mamy 10 subów. No, jeszcze tak z 4-0 i będę zadowolony. No, ale dobra. Marzenia trzeba spełniać. No, ewentualnie 5-0. Też będzie fajnie. No, mamy znaleźć... Jak ten koleś się nazywał? Floriana. I dlatego przyszliśmy pod piekarnię, bo powinien tu teoretycznie być Florian? Daleko go nie szukaliśmy. Zagadajmy.
Good day to you.
No, nie wyglądasz na chorego.
You look quite sprightly for an invalid.
What? Who the hell are you?
My name's Henry, and I'm making inquiries for Sir Radzig Kobyla.
And what do you want from me?
Straight to the point then. All right. I've been investigating counterfeit money, and the trail led me straight to you. Does the name Rapiter mean anything to you?
I don't know. Maybe?
Don't bother. I know you know him. You make the punch dies for the counterfeiters. How do you hand them over? Do you know where their workshop is?
I can't say anything. I'll deny everything and you've got nothing on me. No evidence, just accusations.
Ach tak, ale się przyznałeś, Kaci sobie z tobą poradzą, to z powodu dziewczyny? Jak zagramy? Przyznałaś się przed chwilą przecież.
You
Właśnie.
just incriminated yourself.
One man's word against another. Like I said, I'll deny everything.
And do you really think that's going to help you? Your word means nothing. You've got the tools, the knowledge, and the workshop. The only thing missing is a motive, but I'm guessing it's money.
I don't give a fuck about money.
So what then?
Those bastards kidnapped Esther. If I don't cooperate, they'll kill her.
To nie tłumaczy twoich poczynań. Kim jest? No wiemy. Dobra. Przykro.
I'm sorry about that.
Me too. Listen, I'll tell you everything, I promise. But only if I know that Esther's safe.
What, so I'm to go searching for her in the woods?
I know where they're keeping her, but nobody will help me. And what can puny little me do faced with those strapping great villains?
Ach, jeśli mi uciekną, już nigdy nie zobaczysz Estery. Masz czelność stawiać mi warunki. Dobra, zagramy tak najpierw.
Look, Florian, I'm sorry for what you're going through, honestly. But I'm not the only one who's after these people. As soon as they get wind of something, they'll be out of here and Esther will be gone with them.
If Rapiter finds I've told you anything, they'll kill her.
Not if I catch Rapiter first. He's here in town, isn't he?
Yes, he is. They found me in the tavern one evening, caught me when I went to the shit pile, and they started to badger me about working for them.
They?
Yes, Rapiter. And a knight they called Sir Ježek.
And then what?
They explained what they wanted from me, and I told them to sod off.
I'm guessing that didn't go down too well.
It wasn't all that bad. They just threw me on the dung heap and left. I thought it was just a drunkard's joke. But then they took Esther.
Myślę, że to dowcip. Niezłe. Gdzie jest trójkota?
Where will I find Rapiter?
He's usually wherever I am.
What does that mean?
He watches me. Everywhere I go. And when I'm at home, he sits on the bench in the square, watching my house.
So he's there now?
Hard to say. Sometimes I see him in the tavern on the green, buying supplies.
All right. At least I know where to start. And you go to work tomorrow, you hear?
Why?
Because we have to lure him out. And besides, your master will surely be glad to see you.
I have my doubts.
Przykazanie sztańcy. Sztancy.
How did you hand over the punch die to them?
Rapiter waited for me behind the church. I didn't want to give it to them without seeing Esther first.
And did they let you?
Yes, although I don't really know why. They took me to a derelict farm in the Skalitz Hills. My poor Esther, they'd scared her half to death.
So at least you know she's alive.
Who knows? It was a while ago. And they never let her go, even after I did what they wanted. They said they'd be needing more.
More punch dies?
They wear out over time. They have to be replaced regularly.
Czemu nic nie powiedziałeś?
Why didn't you tell anyone?
At first, I took it for a bad joke. And then, when they snatched Esther, there was nothing to be done.
Pójdę, zanim uciekną.
I suppose I better go. I'd hate the bastard to get away.
Go. I hope you get revenge.
To naturalne raczej. Chwila. A gdzie jest znacznik jakiś misji czy coś? Co mam zrobić? Halo? Ej, na serio nie wiem co mam zrobić. No. Dziennik. Dowiedz się kogo w Sadzawie pracuje. Z miedzą znajdź trajkotę. Powiedział, że karcz mi dostaje ten. No, zapasy. Ona nic nie wie. Kolega wie? Szarlatan.
I know you. I know you from somewhere. Where do I know you from?
What?
Mam nadzieję, że znikąd.
Of course, my dream. You were in a boat made of bone, and I put a crown of thorns on your head.
No, nie wiem co wąchałeś, ale wąchaj mniej. To przede wszystkim.
Tell me about this dream of yours.
That dream. Yes, that dream has come true. I dreamt that a young man would become my apprentice, my own pupil in the trade of miracles.
Ja chyba nie myślisz poważnie, kolego.
And that's supposed to be me.
Oh, well? What's your name, young man?
Henry.
Henry. A powerful name. So, Henry, are you ready to become my apprentice?
A kim jesteś w ogóle?
First, tell me, who are you and what do you do?
Me? I am an unworthy, low, and miserable servant of Providence. Scholar or merchant, believer or heathen. I wander the world without home or family, with only my wagon, offering miracles to those that need them. That's who I am. Without home or kin, I wander this world with my wagon, providing the miracles that people need. Ointments, relics, aromatic herbs, rare spices, talismans and amulets for luck. All these things I have.
Nie, dzięki, kolego.
A shame. But perhaps Providence shall yet cause our lines of fate to cross. You'll see.
Mam nadzieję, że nie. Oberżysta, może on coś wie?
Good day to you.
No tobie te... Czy ktoś tutaj... Nie, nic nie wie. Ech... Dobra, kolega coś za dużo wąchał. Ja mogę z nim... Nie mogłem z nim chaty mieć. Tak, zostaje kwestia Miedzi i tego kolesia, co właśnie trójkota, czy jak mu tam jest. Dobra, pójdziemy spać.
Henry, I'm glad you came.
No, widzę, że masz widownię. Będzie tu gdzieś jakiś... No tu nie ma żadnego tego?
Are you serious?
Serio? Nie ma żadnego łóżka do spania, nic? No, ale ciemno jak...
Be a bit more careful.
Nie powiem gdzie. Ech. Nawet nie ma tu gdzie przespać się. Tu jest kowal. Pójdziemy do kowala, bo mamy tą sprawę tej miedzi. Wsiadaj na płotkę. Kurde. De blade. Dobra, mam nadzieję, że jeszcze będzie kowal. A jeśli nie, to dobra, skipniemy. Tu jest? Nie. Cofamy się. I tu powinien być teraz na wprost. Gdzieś. Tu na prawo? Tak, dobra. Tu był wjazd. Tu, o. Nie. A, pewnie ma za... Chwila, z tyłu nie ma? Wejścia gdzieś? Ech. Ty jesteś kowal? Nie wyglądasz. Babo od kowala. Dobra, kimnę się. Znaczy skipnę właściwie. Ma energię 31. Średnio trzeba będzie się kimnąć. Ale to na koniec odcinka będzie. Ale dopiero teraz 11 minutę. Na koniec. Teraz porozmawiam z tym kowalem. Coś zjemy. I co dalej? No i pójdę do tego, pod pracę tego kolesia, bo tam będzie pewnie ten trójkota, czy jako tam trójkota. No, gorszych imion nie mogli sobie wymyślać. Pewnie kolega miał niełatwe dzieciństwo. Ech. Dobra, jest kowal.
My breath is short, my feet are sore, I buy a horse, but I am poor.
Ta. Nie przeczytam jak ma na imię, ale kit z tym.
My respects to you.
I tobie też. Robisz w Miedzi?
You ever work with copper here?
No, and even if I wanted to, I couldn't. Zach from the monastery craftsman's yard has bought out all the copper.
Miał kowala w Sadzowie.
What can you tell me about the Sasau blacksmiths?
There's too many of us, I'll tell you that for free. This is only a small town. There's Zach, who has a forge in the craftsman's yard and mostly works on the construction of the church. And then, apart from me, there's Master Armourer Otter of Ramstein.
Zapytamy o Zacha.
Tell me more about Zach.
Don't have much time for him myself. He knows his craft, no question. But he seems to think his son, Vitus, will be a master armourer in Prague one day.
My father was a blacksmith, and I expect he thought much the same about me. That's how fathers are, isn't it?
Of course, any man should be proud of his boy. But Zach makes pride a sin. That's why he's at loggerheads with Master Otter.
O, a czemu się kłócą?
What are Zach and Master Otter arguing about?
Zach had his boy Vitus trained as an armourer in Kuttenberg, and he wanted to buy out Otter's place for him. Except that Otter's a proud man. How would it have looked? A master armourer giving way to a young whippersnapper who's barely let go of his mother's skirts? And they've been arguing ever since. Well, Zach mostly. He badmouths Otter every chance he gets. He claims that he's only fit for mending pots, and that his son will see him off.
Okej.
That will be all.
Pojedziemy teraz do Zacha. Może to coś jeszcze da. A gdzie on był? Zach, tu trzeba przez ten tu. A, zrobimy szybką podróż. A tu jest tego Floriana. No. Pracownia. No to pewne, że to on jest. Przecież... Chwilę coś zjemy. Jedzonko. Piwo, nawód. No dobra, nie zjemy. Na ciebie, Witek, możemy zagadać?
Jesus Christ be praised.
Tata. Miedź. O, możemy.
Your father says you don't work any copper.
We don't.
I've heard differently around town. They say your father's bought up all the copper to be had.
Are you calling me a liar? Or my father? You're asking for it, boy.
Kolego, to będzie bolało. Jeśli chcesz się bić, zgoda. Odłóżmy to. To będzie bolało.
Just be sure you know what you're letting yourself in for.
Was that a threat? Do you think I'm an idiot?
You don't get it, do you? I don't particularly want to fight with you. I don't have the time or the need to prove anything. So I'll just take my knife and stick it between your ribs. And then I'll keep twisting until you tell me the truth.
So show me what you're made of.
No ten gnój jeden. No, wyjdziemy na świeże powietrze. No nie... Na płotka nie przeszkadzaj. Dobra, ze spokojem. Okej, zregenerujmy się. A, uniknął.
What is it?
Ty no, koleś, biliśmy się. I co? Już wymiękasz? Będziesz
So
mówić?
what do you have to tell me?
You're right. We do make copper sheets here at night.
No. I po co te sekrety dla kogo je robicie?
Who buys those sheets from you?
I don't know. I've never set eyes on him. Father doesn't like to talk about it.
Po co te sekrety?
So why all the secrecy about it?
Father forbade me to talk about it. I don't know why. I didn't ask.
Dobra, twój ojciec ma kłopoty.
Your father has some serious explaining to do.
Jesus, please don't hurt him.
Jeden kolega w rodzinie wystarczy.
Don't worry.
Dobra.
Doing to your father what I did to you would just be cruel. One invalid in the family is quite enough.
Thank you.
Dobra. No i zagadamy z kolegą.
Good day to you. What do you need?
Okłamałeś mnie, kolego, o tym miedzi.
So back to that copper, Master Blacksmith.
What? I thought I told you I don't work with copper.
Twój syn się przyznał, kolego.
Your son put it quite differently.
What's that? What are you blabbering on about?
For a blacksmith, son, he's not all that tough, is he?
Ktoś ci grozi? Jesteś... Nie, ktoś ci grozi. Trzeba tak psychologicznie podejść.
Did they threaten you?
Na litość.
They didn't have to. Just by the look of them, I could say I needed to shut my mouth and do what they wanted.
And did they ever tell you who they were? Do you know where to find them?
I know a little. I'd show some understanding. There's nothing but trouble in it for me. I'll lose the work and be left looking over my shoulder for some thugs to come and burn down my house. Or worse.
Nie powinieneś przesyłać do przestępcy, ja ci gwarantuję gorsze, że... Nie no, pójdziemy w to.
If you lie
Nie
down
będę
with
mu
dogs,
groził.
you shouldn't complain about the fleas.
There's no need for threats. We can both benefit here. If I tell you everything I know, you can help me with a certain small matter. One that'll cover up for my loss of earnings.
Oho, ho, ho, ho. Jak śmiesz, nie no. Pieniądze to ostatnie, czego zabraknie ci na stosie. Kurwa, to niezłe. Nieźle.
Do you know what the penalty is for counterfeiting?
I never give it much thought.
Evidently, because the penalty for counterfeiting is burning at the stake. And I can personally guarantee that when you're standing on that pyre, you'll find a loss of earnings is the least of your concerns.
No, of course you're right. I shouldn't have. I'm sorry. It's just that I'm afraid of being left destitute.
So, out with it. What's been going on?
One evening I got a visit from this scruffy beggar calling himself Rapota. He had a yellow cape on and kept whistling to himself. There was a knight with him too, but he didn't give his name. They told me what I had to do, how much I'd get for it, and I had to keep my mouth shut.
And where can I find this Rapota? Or the knight?
I don't know exactly. But I've always left the wagon with the goods behind the monastery, On the hill there, next to a small chapel under a big tree.
Anything else?
No. I swear that's all I know.
Well, that'll do me for now.
Young man, about that matter I need help with. I'll gladly pay you.
First, tell me what's going on.
Dobra.
I recently tried to buy Master Armourer Otto Rapstin's business for my son Vitus, but that old fool wouldn't listen to reason. He said he couldn't understand his legacy being taken over by a clod like my Vitus. Despite the insult, I doubled my offer, but Master Otto still wouldn't budge.
And what is it you need from me?
I thought I'd show Otto that Vitus isn't such a dolt as he thinks, but for that I need someone experienced in combat.
Okej.
Well, that doesn't sound so bad.
Dobra. Gdzie ten cieć? Dobra, kit z nim. Pojedziemy tego kolesia obić. Nie ta strona. Chwila. Jak mam pojechać? Nie, dobrze jechałem tu. Po prostu dalej jechać. I mówił, że na ławce siedzi i patrzy na jego chatę. Wiem, że ma jakąś tam żółtą pelerynę. Ale nie widzę gościa z żółtą peleryną. Chyba, że po tej stronie będzie. Też go nie widzę, dobra. Pójdę do góry i zapytam się, czy go może widział. Po prostu nie jest Florian.
God be with you.
Z tobą też porwana
That
dziewczyna.
kidnapped girl you talked about.
Esther. Yes. Will you help me then, please?
Co?
You're trying to hack.
I won't let you push me around.
What, you mean the way you aren't being pushed around by the kidnappers? You'd be more convincing if you weren't shaking in your shoes.
Jesus Christ, will this never end?
Now talk.
They found me in the tavern one evening, caught me when I went to the shit pile, and they started to badger me about working for them.
They?
Yes.
No mówiłeś to.
Raptor.
And then what?
They explained what they wanted.
I'm guessing that didn't go down.
It wasn't all that bad. They just threw me on the dung heap.
No, jeszcze
will I
raz
find?
powiedz.
He's usually wherever I am.
What does that mean?
He watches me. Everywhere I go. And when I'm at home, he sits on the...
So he's there now?
Hard to say. Sometimes I see him in the tavern on the green, buying supplies.
All right. At least I know where to start. And you go to work.
Why?
Because
I have my...
Dobra,
Go.
to może jest przed chatą u niego i... Ech, dobra, szybko tutaj pójdziemy i zobaczymy, czy siedzi pod jego chatą. Myślę, że pod jego pod jego pracą. Na ławce przed jego chatą. No dalej, wczytaj. Koleś ma żółtą pelerynę, czy tam jakiś tam kolor. Trzeba patrzeć. Go nie ma? Nie, to jest ten koleś, którego Boże nie chcę już dalej nigdy spotkać. Coś ty, piekarz. No ale nie widzę żadnego kolesia.
I feel quite hungry.
Ta. Koleś już... A wejdź na nią. Koleś w żółtej pelerynie. Nie ma takiego kolesia tutaj. To jakiś satanista chyba. A możemy pogadać z Fejfarem o tej miedzi? Czy się dowiedzieliśmy? Coś ty? Sazawski skryba. Rządca, szlak. Nie chciałem z rządcą. Dalej.
Good health.
Tu jest. Dobra, cicho bądź.
God be with you.
Tata. Wrataja. Kurde, nie ma nic. Gdzie jest ten koleś? Kuźwa. Kupię te żarcie. Dalej. Szybciej. Na te ładowania gry. Porozmawiajmy. 9.1. Suszone mięsko. O, wędzona kiełbaska. Właśnie ci daję jedzenie. No. Dobra. No. Szarlatan.
Oh, damn, I'm tired.
Zaraz se pójdziesz spać, jak znajdę tego ciecia jakiegoś. No. To mam nadzieję, że mi się znowu nie zacięło gdzieś. Ale kolesia nigdzie nie ma. Berżysta. Z tym... Jak już tu tam... Nie zasypiaj. Wstawaj. Nie chcę z nim... Escape. I co mam tu poradzić tej? Zaraz mi tu padniesz. Może strażnika jest? Nie. Ty w mordę jeża po prostu. Ja. Jest to jakaś inna? Jakaś tawerna, karczma? Tu jest tylko ta. No i w tej robił zakupy. No, może jeszcze raz. No, nie zasypiaj, Henryk. Tego nie. Z berżystą. No musi wiedzieć. Koleś z tobą też.
Are there any problems? Definitely not.
Nie zasypiaj, bo ci dam zaraz takiego... No, lepę w twarz, że się obudzisz. Pani złota. No, może pani wie, gdzie on jest? Oczywiście, że nie wiesz, babo jedna ty. Na Henry nie zasypiaj. Dobra. Kończę tu odcinek i zobaczymy się następnym po prostu. Już pewnie przy tej trykocie, czy jak on miał tam na nazwisko, nie obchodzi mnie, ale się zobaczymy. Dobra. To was żegnam. Widzimy się w następnym odcinku. Tu macie ostatni odcinek po prawej stronie. A po lewej możecie zostawić subka. Będzie fajnie. Na razie.